Hello, everybody. My name is Lakshmi Priya, and today I'll be presenting on this topic the comfort of screen, emotional and social effects of watching content while eating. I want to start with something quite very personal. As an international student living away from home, my daily routines have changed a lot, staying away from home, and especially something as simple as eating. Back at home, meals were usually social, shared with family, but here, I often find myself eating alone. Like many people, I tend to use my phone, whether I'm watching something or scrolling through Instagram or messaging someone. That made me start thinking, does using digital devices during meals actually affect how we feel? Does it make us feel more connected? Or maybe we're using it because we have increased feelings like loneliness? Or maybe it doesn't make much difference at all. When I looked into existing research, I found that while we know a lot about social eating and digital media separately, there's actually very limited research looking specifically at what happens when these two behaviors combine. In this presentation, I'll walk you through the background, research, the aims and hypotheses, the methodology I used, the key findings, and what they might mean in a broader psychological context. So here is a context page where we'll run through abstract, objectives, literature review, research methodology, results, discussion, conclusion, and the references, the research I've used. So, the previous research has consistently shown that eating is not just a biological activity, but also an important social experience. Studies such as Soblan and Nelson 2003 suggest that shared meals play a key role in strengthening social relationships and promoting emotional well being. In contrast, solitary eating has been associated with increased feelings of loneliness and poorer well being, seen in some studies. At the same time, research on digital media presents mixed findings. On one hand, digital content can act as a form of social surrogacy where individuals experience a sense of connection through media figures or online interactions. On the other hand, excessive digital use had been linked to reduced face to face interaction and increased loneliness, heightened by different emotions and feelings. However, despite these findings, a very little research has specifically focused on digital engagement during eating, which is the key gap that this study aims to address. Moving on to objectives. The primary aim of the study was to examine whether digital engagement during eating is associated with key psychological outcomes, specifically when it is related to loneliness, mental well being, and social connectedness. So, the aim is grounded in existing psychological research, which highlights the importance of social connection and emotional well being in everyday life. For example, work by Russell and Hockley emphasizes how loneliness is a significant psychological experience linked to social isolation. Based on this, first hypothesis predicted that digital engagement during eating would be significantly associated with levels of loneliness. The second hypothesis focused on mental well being, drawing on frameworks such as Corey Case and Tennant et al., which conceptualized well being as a key indicator of overall psychological health. It was therefore predicted that digital engagement during eating would be significantly associated with mental well being. Finally, the third hypothesis examined social connectedness, highlighted that need to belong is a fundamental human motivation. So, based on this, it was predicted that digital engagement during eating would be significantly associated with levels of social connectedness. Overall, these hypotheses were designed to explore whether a common everyday behavior using digital devices during meals has meaningful psychological implications or not. Next is literature review. So, previous research strongly highlights that eating is not just a physical activity, but also an important social experience. A lot of studies have shown that shared meals play a key role in strengthening social bonds, improving communication, and enhancing emotional well being. In contrast, solitary eating has been linked to a less favorable outcomes. Together, these findings emphasize that the social context of eating plays a significant role in shaping individuals' emotional experiences. But at the same time, research on digital media presents a more complex and mixed picture. On one hand, digital media can act as a form of social surrogacy, while, on the other hand, engaging with media content such as watching shows or online creators can provide individuals with a temporary sense of connection, though what are known as parasocial interactions, a concept originally introduced by Harton and Wall, 1956. Despite these contrasting findings, there is still a clear gap in literature. Very few studies have specifically examined digital engagement during eating, which is a behavior that has become increasingly common in everyday life. Therefore, this study aims to address that gap by focusing specifically on digital engagement during meals and its potential relationship with loneliness, well being, and social connectedness. Research methodology. The study adopted a quantitative correlational design, which was used to examine the relationships between digital engagement during eating and key psychological variables, namely loneliness, mental well being, and social connectedness. Data was collected using an online questionnaire, which was designed to be accessible and consistent across all measures. The questionnaire included a set of items assessing digital engagement during eating, along with three standardized psychological measures: the UCLA Loneliness Scale for Loneliness, the Warwick Edinburgh Mental Wellbeing Scale for Mental Wellbeing, and the Social Connected Scale revised for social connectedness. Minor adaptations were made to these scales to suit the online format. This included standardizing responses options, adding a prefer not to answer option for ethical flexibility, and making slight adjustments to wording to improve clarity and participant understanding. For the analysis, data was first cleaned, which included removing incomplete responses, reverse scoring relevant items, and calculating total scores for each scale. A composite score was also created for digital engagement during eating based on relevant behavioral items. Finally, the data was analyzed using Spearman's rank order correlations as the variables were measured using the ordinal Likert type scales. This usually allowed the study to examine the strength and direction of relationships between digital engagement during eating and the psychological outcomes. Moving on to the results. So, the first figure is the social disconnection and digital engagement. This scatter plot shows the relationship between digital engagement during eating and social disconnection. As we can see, the data points are quite widely dispersed, and there is no clear pattern or strong trend in any particular direction. The line of best fit shows a very slight positive slope, but this relation is extremely weak. This visual pattern supports the statistical findings, which showed no significant correlation between digital engagement during eating and social connectedness. In other words, individuals who engaged more with digital devices during meals did not consistently report feeling more socially disconnected. Overall, this figure suggests that digital engagement during eating does not appear to have a meaningful impact on perceived social connection in this sample. The next figure is illustrating the relationship between digital engagement during eating and loneliness. Again, we can see that the data points are scattered without any clear pattern or clustering that would indicate a strong relationship. The line of best fit is nearly flat, indicating little to no association between the two variables. This aligns with the correlation results, which showed that digital engagement during eating was not significantly related to loneliness. So, based on this figure, individuals who use digital devices more frequently during meals were not necessarily more or less lonely than those who use them less. This further supports the idea that digital engagement during eating may not be a strong predictor of emotional experiences such as loneliness. The next and the final figure is representing the relationship between digital engagement during eating and mental well being. Similarly to the previous figures, the data points are widely spread and there is no clear trend visible. The line of best fit is slightly negative, but again, the relationship is very weak. This reflects the statistical findings, which showed no significant relationship between digital engagement during eating and mental well being. This figure reinforces the pattern seen across all the three graphs. The digital engagement during eating does not appear to have a strong or consistent relationship with psychological well being in this study. Now, moving on to data analysis. The data from 109 participants were included in the final analysis after excluding the incomplete responses and participants under the age of 18. First, the descriptive statistics were calculated to understand the overall pattern of the data. The mean scores showed the participant levels of digital engagement during eating, loneliness, well being, and social connectedness varied across the sample. It is important to note that the social connectedness scale higher scores actually indicate lower perceived social connectedness, meaning greater disconnection. Following the Spearman's rank order, correlations were used to examine the relationships between digital engagement during eating and the psychological variables, as the data was ordinal in nature. The results showed that digital engagement during eating was not significantly associated with loneliness, mental well being, or social connectedness. Additional correlation analysis between the psychological variables and relevant significant findings was a strong positive relation between social connectedness and loneliness, and both variables were significantly related to mental well being. Overall, while digital engagement during eating did not show significant relationships with the psychological variables, the psychological measures themselves demonstrated strong and meaningful relationships, highlighting the importance of social connection in relation to mental well being. Moving on to discussion. The aim of the study was to examine whether digital engagement during eating is associated with loneliness, mental well being, and social connectedness. This was based on the idea that eating is traditionally a social activity, but in modern life it is increasingly combined with digital media use. The findings showed that digital engagement during eating was not significantly associated with loneliness, mental well being, or social connectedness. This means that none of the original hypotheses were supported. However, it is important to interpret these findings in context rather than simply as no effect. One explanation is that digital engagement during meals may be a habitual or automatic behavior rather than something that has a strong psychological impact on well being. In everyday life, digital devices are used frequently, so their use during eating may not be experienced as a meaningful or emotionally significant activity. The concept of social surrogacy and parasocial interaction also helps examine the findings. While media can create a sense of connection, it may not replicate the benefits of real interpersonal relationships. Additionally, digital engagement includes very different behaviors such as messaging, scrolling, or watching content, which may have different psychological effects. These differences may not have been captured in a single overall measure. Importantly, the study did find strong relations between loneliness, social connectedness, and well being, which is consistent with the work of Baumeister and Leary, 1995, highlighting that social connection remains central to psychological health. Overall, these findings suggest that digital engagement during meals may not directly influence well being, but social relationships themselves continue to play a crucial role in the mental health of everybody. Every research has limitations, so my research also comes with several limitations that should be considered while interpreting the findings. Firstly, the digital engagement scale showed relatively low internal consistency. This suggests that the items may not have fully measured one clear underlying construct. In research terms, this can reduce reliability and may weaken the strength of any relationships detected. Secondly, the study relied entirely on self-report data. This means participants were reporting their own behaviors and experiences, which can introduce bias. This is common in limitation in psychological research using questionnaires, as noted by Padoskov and colleagues 2003. Thirdly, the study was used a cross sectional design, meaning all data were collected at a single point in time. Because of this, we cannot determine causality. So, even if relationships have been found, we would not be able to say whether digital engagement influences well being or vice versa. This limitation is widely recognized in correlational research. Another important limitation that is different types of digital behaviors were grouped together in one overall score. Finally, the study used a relatively modest convenience sample recruited mainly through social media and a university panel. This means the sample may not fully represent the wider population, which limits generalizability of results, as discussed in sampling research. Overall, these limitations help contextualize the findings and highlights the areas of improvement in future research. Future research. In terms of future research, there are several key directions that could build on the findings of this study. Firstly, it would be useful to explore the motivations behind digital engagement during eating. For example, whether people are using digital devices out of habit, boredom, emotional regulation, or even social reasons. Understanding the why behind the behavior may be explain its psychological relevance more clearly. Future research should separate different types of digital activity. In this study, digital engagement was treated as a single construct, but activities like actively messaging someone are very different from passively scrolling through social media or watching videos. Qualitative approaches such as interviews or focus groups could provide richer insight into how individuals experience digital engagement during meals. This would allow participants to describe their behavior in their own words and provide more depth than questionnaires alone. In addition to this, longitudinal research would be valuable. A cross sectional design only captures behavior at one point in time, or future studies could track changes over time to better understand whether digital engagement has been long term psychological impact or not. Finally, future research should aim to develop more reliable and validated measures of digital engagement during eating, as this would improve the accuracy and consistency of the findings. These improvements could help build a clearer understanding of how digital behaviors during everyday activities relate to psychological well being. So, to conclude, the main takeaway from this study is that using digital devices while eating does not seem to have a strong psychological impact, at least not in terms of loneliness, well being, or social connectedness. This is important because there's a common assumption that screen use during meals is harmful, but our findings suggest it may actually just be a normal part of modern routines. We did stand out, however, was a strong relation between loneliness and social connectedness and well being. This supports a large body of research showing that human connection is central to mental health. In simple terms, it's not really the screen that matters, it's whether people feel socially connected in their lives overall. Another key point is that meals themselves may hold social value, but that value likely comes from shared interaction rather than the absence of screens. So instead of focusing purely on reducing screen time during meals, it may be more useful to encourage meaningful social experiences like eating with others when possible. Finally, the study contributes to the growing conversation around digital behavior by showing that context matters. Digital use isn't always positive or negative. It depends on how, why, and in what situation it's being used. Thank you very much for listening. Following are the different references that I've used for my research to help make this presentation and put my dissertation together. Thank you.